Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report. It is Thursday, May 11th, about 8 p.m. Central Time, my time. As you all know, NFL schedule has been released. I just did a live show, but that for some reason takes like a day and a half to upload. So I'm just cutting a regular video too, so y'all can probably get to it quicker. Um, on the live show, I went through every game. Win, loss, score, and what our final record will be. But before we get into all that, now on the real up, my channel is new, up and coming, growing. If you have not subscribed and you are watching, please do subscribe. My goal is to get to 1,000 by week 1 this season, guys. It is May. This is May, June, July, August, September. We got 5 months. 5 months, I need like 700 more. I'm about at 300. Please subscribe, like, and share, guys. That red button is free. It costs you nothing, but it's an investment on your part. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I can start putting back into this channel a microphone, some studio equipment, sound bites, a nice desktop just for this, so I can have, film and, graphics and whatnot. And, really have all the bells and whistles to go with what I've got up here to give y'all. First class content all day, every day. That's my line. Finally came up with a line. Law Nation has his. Mark Holmes has his. Fish has his. Rome has his. Got my line. First class content all day, every day. That's what you're going to get from me, nothing less. I was excited when we had some schedule leakage earlier today, on some of these games. Now that we got, exactly when and where, who, why, what day, what time. I start with, please subscribe, guys. Hit that red subscribe button. Promise you, you will not regret it. 5 years from this day, 5 years from now, I will pass up Mark Holmes. I will never catch Law Nation, probably never catch Fish or Chat Sports with Tom Downey. But when I hit 1,000 subscribers, my channel will start growing exponentially. I can guarantee you that. You will be entertained. I will have a call-in line soon. Call-in line so y'all can call in and vent, call in and be heard, because all we want to do is be heard sometimes. That's why the call-in line at Law's channel is so important. I love to call in whenever I get a chance, So week 1, we open up at the Giants. We finally went back to week 1 Giants deal. 2016, we opened up at home against the Giants. 2017, opened up at home against the Giants. 2019, opened up at home against the Giants. Now, this time, we're going to be at the Giants. I know they drafted Jalen Hyatt in the 3rd round out of Tennessee. Kid has got, speed. His route running looked pretty good. Great pickup. They got the best center in the draft, John Michael Smith, to go with left tackle Evan Neal, who they got in, a top 5 pick last year. Building that offensive line up. They got Deontay Banks to pair with that good corner. They got, can never think of his name, Adoree Jackson. So Deontay Banks can play good as a rookie. The Giants will have a pair of good corners with a good defensive line. Thibodeau was a top 10 pick last year also. And he played good as a rookie. And we should expect him to be even better in year 2 with Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence. I think Dexter Lawrence just got paid too. The defense is pretty good. The offense got better. Darren Waller, like I said. Saquon has, a line to run behind. Dimes had a good season last year. But since Prescott was drafted in 2016, he lost to them twice, week 1, 19-20, because Terrence Williams couldn't get out of bounds. And then it was week 14, and we lost to him 7-10. After that, he hasn't lost to him since. He has been undefeated against the Giants from 2017 on. I don't see us losing week 1 at New York, New Jersey, in the Meadowlands. Sunday Night Football. We win that game 28-13. Start 1-0. Week 2, the Jets come into town. Probably be America's game of the week. Aaron Rodgers, our daddy, comes into our stadium again, just with a different helmet. I think the Jets are going to be a good team this year. They're going to be a good team. I think it's going to take them a little while to get their legs from under, like to gel, kind of like Tampa in 2020. They'll probably lose week 1 against Buffalo, so that means they'll be coming into, our place 0-1. They don't want to start 0-2, but I don't think, I know Breece Hall is not going to be, himself that early in the season. They got a pretty good defense. Their offense, I think our defense can shut that offense down, especially early in the season. I'm looking at that game as a 24-10 win. We go to 2-0. Week 3, Cards come to our house. And I think we just lay the wood on them. They're kind of in a rebuilding process. 2 disgruntled players in D-Hop and Baker. 38-10. I think we just smack them around. Go to 3-0. The Patriots come into town. Really not much of an offense. Our defense is going to really smother them. They always have a good defense. I think we get to the end zone maybe 3 times, get 2 field goals. We beat the Patriots 27-10. We go to 4-0. Then week 5, Sunday night at San Fran, back to the scene of the crime. Big time game. Only problem I have with this is who's the quarterback? Trey Lance, Baker Mayfield, because Brock Purdy won't be ready by then. He might not even play this season. His injury was pretty bad. Last year, whenever Trey Lance was quarterback, he was playing very low level to where they just had to put Jimmy G in. And then, when Jimmy G got hurt, Brock Purdy came in, was able to keep the points up at 38 a game. If Trey Lance and Baker Mayfield is their quarterback, it'll be a defensive battle because, Dak struggles against good defenses sometimes. I say no touchdowns get scored. It's a 12-6 tough-fought win by us. We sneak by, start 5-0 for the first time since 2007. Week 6, we go to the Chargers. Kellen Moore has that offense rolling with a prolific passer at quarterback. What he tried to do with Dak, but Dak is not that. And Herbert is just slinging it to, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. And if they can agree with Austin Eckler on the deal, him and everybody they got. And I think the Chargers, after, a big emotional win over San Fran after them knocking us off back-to-back years in the playoffs, we go to the Chargers, and Kellen Moore knows the defense pretty well, knows us pretty well, and we just fall short on the road, 28-31. Lose by 3. We're 5-1. We go into the bye week. We're stewing during the bye week, pissed off that we lost against our former OC. Week 8, the Rams come to town, and we just put a shellacking on them, 40-3, just like we did in Minnesota last season. The Rams aren't going to be that good this year. I don't know why. Like Joy Taylor on Speak For Yourself thinks that if Matthew Stafford's healthy, that the Rams are going to be good because they have Sean McVay. They have Cooper Kupp. Yes. They don't have Jalen Ramsey anymore. Aaron Donald is healthy, yes, but he's old now. The Rams just need to really blow it up and rebuild now. They push all the chips in the middle of the table. They got the ring. We're gonna wax them. Week 8, 40-3 at home, 6-1. Because last year at home we were 8-1. After the Week 1 loss against Tampa, we ran the table at the house. We play really good at home now. So we're 6-1 after Week 8. Week 9 we go to Philly, at Philly. And Philly's favored in this game. And it's a hard-fought game. We pull it out 24-21. It's a defensive battle. We're 7-1. We go into Week 10. 7-1. Playing the Giants. And we do to the Giants what we do to the Giants. 27-17. We're playing at home. We go to 8-1. Then we go to Carolina week 11. Carolina, I know Bryce Young, #1 overall pick at quarterback, but they lost their 2 top weapons last season. They traded Christian McCaffrey to San Fran, and they traded DJ Moore in the package to Chicago for that #1 overall pick. I don't think they're going to have much of an offense. I know they got Miles Sanders. He's not Christian McCaffrey. DJ Moore was their wide receiver. I mean, DJ Moore is a monster. He's a rookie quarterback. Our defense is deadly. Our defense is probably going to be the #1 defense this year. Better than Philly's, I believe. Better than San Fran's, because we are good at all 3 levels. Defensive line, linebackers, and defensive backs. San Fran has the best front 7. Their back end is not, the defensive backfield is not all that. The Eagles have great defensive line, good corners, suspect safeties, questionable linebacking core at best. So I think we pitch our first shutout, and I can't remember how long we shut a team out, but we go to Carolina 35-zip. We're 9-1. We go into Thanksgiving. We have another happy Thanksgiving, back-to-back seasons. We beat Washington 31-14, go to 10-1. And then Thursday night football against Seattle. Seattle's playing tough. They're rolling. They're 3 out of their first 4 picks were so freaking good. Devin Witherspoon, pick 5. Pick 20, Jackson Smith and Jigba, the #1 receiver in the draft. And then in the second round, they got Zach Chardonnay, great running back. I mean, I'm assuming, not great, good running back. And it's a game that is fought nail and bone. We pull it out 31-30, barely pull it out 11-1. Week 14, Philly comes to our house, and we think we got them on the ropes, but we're not going to sweep Philly this year. As much as I want to say that we're going to sweep them, it'd be ignorant for me to say that we're going to sweep them and say that with confidence. Philly beats us 28-21, week 14. We drop down to 11-2. Then we go to Buffalo, week 15. It's cold. Our luck could probably be snowing. And, they can play in that kind of weather. We're not used to it. It's a hard-fought, low-scoring defensive battle. They get the best of us again. 13-7, we lose that game. Go to 11-3. First back-to-back losses of the season. Week 16, we go to Miami. It's in December, but it's not really that cold. Weather's all right, and it's a shootout game. But we pull it out 41-31. I think Tua has a good season this year. And that game just has a lot of fireworks. 41-31, we pull that out. We go to 12-3. And then week 17, Detroit comes to town. Big game, probably big playoff implications for us, seeding-wise and whatnot. And what's supposed to be a close game, like Minnesota last year, we come out and we surprise everybody and Detroit at home, and we beat them down 31-7 to flex our muscles before we, postseason starts. We beat them down 31-7 to go to 13-3. And then week 18 at Washington, whether we secured the #1 seed after beating Detroit or before we play Washington, so somebody loses and that secures the #1 seed for us, we still play Washington with our starters through the third quarter. We don't sit them for week 18, so they have 2 weeks off. That's how you get rusty. That didn't work for us in 07 or 2016. In 2016, we came out playing rusty as hell in the first quarter and a half against Green Bay because we didn't play week 17 against Philly and the wild card round. You can't do that. And I think coaching staff is smart enough to know that, so I think we play our starters into the third quarter and we beat Washington 28-14, finish 14-3, and we win the division. We get the #1 seed, and that gives us the best shot to finally get to at least the NFC Championship game, and beyond that, the Super Bowl in Vegas. Now, like I said on the live show, I just wrote down the schedule on the back of a bill with the win-loss and the scores after every game this season. I'm going to check out what I said on, who wins or who loses and the score, and we'll see how accurate this is. I bet you I get a 90% grade on this prediction. I bet you I hit 90% on this. And my prediction is a 14-3 record, but last offseason I guaranteed we would win a minimum of 12 games. This offseason, I'm guaranteeing we win a minimum of 13. We don't win any less than 13. I mean, I'd be surprised if we win. I'd be surprised if we win less than 14, to be honest with you. But just to save my ass on the guarantee, I'm going to say we win at least 13 games this year. But I really believe we go 14-3. We should have been 14-3 last season with a draft and develop team. Now we brought on some big time players, uncharacteristically of us, but we know how close we are. We were on the cusp last season with a draft and develop team. We were a Tony Pollard injury away from the NFC Championship game. Tony Pollard doesn't go down at San Fran. We finish that drive off with a touchdown, going to halftime with the lead, and start the second half by receiving the football. And we leave that stadium, Levi Stadium, with a win. And then the NFC Championship game would have been an actually interesting game, opposed to what it became. Yeah. That is my 17-game prediction. Week 7 is a pretty good week to have your bye week. I'd rather have it in week 8 or 9. Last season, I think we had it week 8. Being at the 17 games now, you want it in between week 7 and week 11. It's like the best, middle part of the schedule. But week 7's fine. After week 7, then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you got 11 straight. If you have your bye week 9, then you only got 9 to go. But yeah, I think the schedule bodes well for us. Last year we had 9 home games, 8 away games. This season we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 home games again this year. No, that doesn't make any sense. Well, apparently we do. But I thought since last season, the 5th AFC game for us, which was Cincinnati, was at home. Now this year it's at the Chargers. I figured that would be what makes it flip-flop, every year, 9 home, 8 home, 9 home, 8 home. Seattle would be at home because we went to Seattle in 2020. Detroit will be at home because we'll be at Carolina, that second place schedule. We'll be at home against the Jets because 2019 we were at the Jets. Patriots will be at home because 2019 we were at the Patriots. The Rams will be at home because 2020 we were at the Rams. It checks out. Huh. Oh, I'll take it. Because a lot of people said that, we didn't have home field advantage, but last couple seasons it's been looking like we do. because after Tampa beat us 19-3, we didn't lose another game at home for the rest of the year. But yeah, 14-3. Pretty confident in that. Barring that Philly doesn't get two megastars in June somehow, like Buda Baker and freaking DeAndre Hopkins, some crazy like that. But we get that left guard, and we bring back Elliott, guys. And I hope that UDFA Hunter Lupiki, I hope he works out, man. He is 230 pounds, like 6'2", and runs like a 4.6 40. So he's not slow, but he's got strength, and he can be that bruiser if Zeke does not, come back home. But if we get all the way this year and hold that trophy up, man, he deserves to be next to Dak holding up that trophy. I don't see why he would go to Tampa for a couple more bucks just to have a losing season when he's made so much money already. Just take the pay cut, come back home, wear your college number, and go get the trophy. Now you got your money, Elliott. You got your money. Now go get the trophy, dog. That's what it's about. It's about that. It's about that ring, man. It's about that ring that Emmett has, that Michael Troy has. It's about that ring. Go get your ring, Zeke. This is the best team that we have fielded since I've seen since third grade in '95. Like I said, my first game I saw was Super Bowl 28 against Buffalo at the Georgia Dome. We were down 13-6 at halftime. Come back and win 30-13. And then since the '94 season on, I've been watching every play of every game. This roster is the best roster I've seen us have since the '95 roster. I know in '07 we had a good roster, but this roster is better than that roster. At wide receiver, we had Terrell Owens, Patrick Creighton, Terry Glenn, Sam Hurd. I think, Terrell Owens is better than anybody we have now, but I think the combination of CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup, possibly T.Y. Hilton is better than that group. We had a Jason Witten in his prime in '07, which is better than any tight end we have here. But we have a group of good young tight ends. The offensive line, probably the same. We brought in big old Leonard Davis for right guard that year. Had Mark Colombo at right tackle, Andre Gerard at center, Flozell Adams at left tackle. Forgot who the left guard was. But if we can plug that left guard spot, our offensive line, pretty much the same. Running backs, we had Marion Barber, Felix Jones. Our running back room, pretty much the same, if not better than the '07 running back room. Quarterbacks, Decker, Homo. You can say what I loved Romo too, but he's their accomplishments are pretty much even. Our defense is a lot better than the '07's defense. I know we had 13 Pro Bowlers, Terrence Williams, Greg Ellis, Roy Williams, all the boys, Ken Hamlin. But this defense is better than the '07 defense by a mile. It really is. This defense would not let, like in '07 against the Giants when Marion Barber punched it in with like 40 seconds left in the first half to go 14-7. And the Giants got the ball with like 40 seconds to go, and they throw it to Amani Toomer, and he breaks like 15 tackles and gets to the end zone. Our defense is not like that. The first guy that got to Toomer would have took him down. Should have never went to halftime, tied at 14 in that divisional playoff game. But that's it for this video. Just cut to the chase. Please subscribe, guys. Every subscription counts. Whenever I look at it and I see someone has subscribed, I look you up, and it really makes my day, guys. Cowboys Nation, I cannot get to 1,000 by week 1 without y'all. Please support your brother. I bleed blue just like y'all, man. And I guarantee you I will give y'all first-class content all day, every day. And as the channel grows, it'll get better. Like right now, it's just my Galaxy and I, and my notes, and that's it. Once I get the bells and whistles and whatnot, and can add that to what I got up here, I can really make a monster show. And so, thanks for watching, guys. Please hit that like button. Also, like Mike Fisher says, it helps beat the algorithms and basically get your video viewed more on YouTube. So keep God first and foremost. He comes before everything, even this. Seek Him and His righteousness, and everything else in your life will fall into place. I am a living testimony of that. I live one day at a time now. I do not worry about tomorrow because I know that He will provide everything I need for today. Tomorrow, He'll do the same thing. We have a good God. I need to say that at the end of every one of my videos. I should start saying it at the beginning also. Have a good Thursday night, guys. Have a great Friday, Cowboy Nation. Have a great weekend, Cowboy Nation. And I hope here in May or June that we get some news. Maybe since the Colts are rebuilding and they traded Gilly to us, maybe we can get Quentin Nelson for a nice trade deal. Wouldn't that be something? Oh, man, I would lose my freaking mind if we traded a first round and a second round and Chuma Duga for Quentin Nelson, and they went for it because they're in rebuilding mode. Oh my gosh, could you imagine Tyler Smith, Quentin Nelson, Tyler Biadasz, Zach Martin, Terrence Steele, with Tyron Smith as a swing tackle. Well, put Tyron Smith at center. Man, our offensive line, oh my lordy, lordy, lord. Go get Quentin Nelson, boys. That would, oh man, that would just be something else. That would be the trade of the offseason. That right there. We would have the two best guards in the league playing right next to each other. Guard 1 and guard 2. That's it for this episode, guys. I catch y'all on the flip side. Y'all be good and be safe out there. God bless y'all. Charles and Charges out. Deuce.